Abby and Senpai.
Yes, indeed. Thank you very much, guys, man. What an crazy series. First, I'm going to come to you, Cobby. Coming out after that game, you don't get to interview him. This is my interview, Senkooks. But talking about like how you guys have come into a best of 5, you guys don't have a lot of experience in that. And in game 1, kind of looked a little bit shaky, but you turned it all around. Speak to me about how you guys adapted.
So we always practice for best of 5 when we're scrimming. And usually, first game doesn't look as good because we usually call it first game of the day. We do a lot of sloppy mistakes and it just doesn't look good. But I think we adapted really well. Like between the games, they won a game, we won, and overall I think they were better in the start, but we adapted better.
Yeah, definitely looked at like that through the series. Coming to you, Senkooks, of course, now going to the finals of Krakow. I mean, just straight up, like coming out of Challenger Series a couple splits later and now in the finals in Poland, what does that mean to you?
It means a lot. Even though I didn't play that well today, I want to thank Wonder for giving me the opportunity on his incredible NAR play here, hashtag one trick. But it means a lot, and I'm pretty sure it means a lot to every one of us, and I'm really grateful for the split we've had here and for Yamato, the coaching, and every player on my team.
Very respectful. I'm going to send a similar question to you, Cobby, as well, because Worlds now potentially on the cards, very, very, very close to getting that. So what does that mean to you as a player?
Obviously, Worlds, it would mean like so much, but it kind of depends because I think H2K, they have to lose third place match, or either we have to win the final. So it's going to be tough no matter what. But of course, it'll be crazy if we go to Worlds.
Absolutely. It'd be very fun to see you guys perform on that stage. And final question to you, Senkooks. I just got to pick your brains about Talia, of course, coming into the matchup, because it was a shared pick with you and Ryu. I was speaking to the guys on Facebook Live. It was split between who they thought was going to be the better Talia, but it seems like you turned up on the day. So talk to me about that champion, how you felt it works in its current meta.
Well, honestly, I think he played better Talia game 1, and I also played, my Vlad wasn't the greatest, but generally, they have more early pressure jungler, and the second game where I played Talia, I was playing way too far back, and in general, you want to kind of snowball, because Vladimir is going to outscale you, and you want to snowball other lanes, but I didn't really get that rolling, even though we won that game. I didn't do too much. It was mainly them, I think, making mistakes so we could force on. I think in general, yeah, Ryu is a good Talia, but today I didn't show up to my true potential.
Well, it looked good to me, at least. Well, thank you very much, gentlemen. And congratulations, of course, going to Krakow in the finals. We're going to send it over to the analyst desk to take a look at that insane series.
Thank you so much, Paulson. We have our first Summer Split finalist, and it is Splyce. And can we just take a moment to absolutely shout out what that team has accomplished, going all the way from the promotion tournament to second in the regular split to the finals. That is almost unseen, if it not for a team like Origin, who has some very experienced players beforehand. But these guys, nobody expected anything from them, and they do this.
What a story, though, because even before that, the crazy scenario, the way that they first of all missed out on a Challenger playoffs because of their age, then they finally get through playoffs, get into LCS. First split, really rocky, and then somehow they show up in summer, and for the 9 weeks of the regular split, they're like, oh, well, we've got our macro game down on point. This is like an incredible story for Splyce, and I'm so happy being able to watch them from Challenger be in the finals. It's such a nice end to the split.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of interesting storylines, but in the end, it is Splyce that reigns supreme. What in your guys' mind was the tipping point for them in this best of 5? What were they in the end better at than H2K, Max?
I think this series, to be honest, I think the luckier jungler went top lane and picked up that free kill. And then after that, the NAR just snowballed. Oh, actually, both. If you notice that every game, it was the top lane that, whichever top laner got ahead, actually won the game. Like, Odo and GP carried the game, and then this guy, well, he only played NAR, so whenever he won with NAR and just snowballed. And Wonder did a really fantastic job, but at the end of the day, it was Trashy that enabled him to get so fed and to carry.
All right. Well, the MVP is Wonder, and I love that you already bring up Trashy that enabled a lot of it. But, you know, the NAR pick time and time again, and then even not losing faith in it after losing in one game and just saying, I can stand up, I can carry this game for my team.
Yeah, we were talking about whether it should be banned. We weren't sure about the placement in the early game, but I think what's for certain is Wonder seems to be a bit of an LCK fan because he saw Smeb's story and was like, I want to tread the same kind of path. Everyone's going to underestimate me in my first split, not really call me the
Wonder
best.
And then Smeb levels of good.
That was your words.
I mean,
that
you
was your words.
did.
I said his story. I said his
Yeah, yeah.
story, his path. But Wonder, undoubtedly, like for me, is actually the best top laner we have in Europe right now.
No, fantastic, fantastic stuff. Of course, I know that you guys also want to get to that C9 versus Immortals match over in North America. They are setting up right there, so we're going to take a look at the playoff bracket because Splyce's win today means that they will be moving on to our finals in Krakow next Sunday, where they will face off against the winners of tomorrow's series between G2 and the Unicorns of Love. So, Reckless, what will that final be? And is Splyce strong enough to win the whole thing, this split?
I guess it depends on G2 in the end. I mean, we've already seen unicorns, and actually, this patch is kind of fitting for them. So maybe if they were to play in the finals against Splyce, they would be close. But I still think, like, on paper, G2 should be favored in this patch as well, and I think they will quite easily beat unicorns tomorrow and move into the finals. And judging off today, like, Splyce had a very interesting view on how to play the patch because, first of all, like, pretty much every team favored blue side, but they just went for red side 5 out of 5 games, and they made it work. It was really interesting to see because then, again, you didn't even see them, like, play half of their like percentage of games. So maybe in the finals they could just go for blue side every game, and then they have something completely different prepared. So yeah, you don't really know, but I expect like a G2 Splyce finals for sure.
And who wins it?
As I said, it depends on G2,
Okay.
but if I were to have to decide now, I would probably go for them.
Okay, we'll see what happens. We're going to take a look at the championship points. Of course, there were a lot of possible implications today, but now with this H2K loss, that means that H2K has to win their third place match if G2 wins the whole thing, because then they best Splyce on championship points. So they just have to play to absolutely win that match, and in Poland, with the guys that are on that team, that should be a doable.
Yeah, exactly. Splyce fans are going to have to hope that Season 6 Red Side Strats.doc is going to have to work out for them on that one, because they need to win the split or have H2K lose to the Unicorns. That's the key one there if they want to go on points.
Yeah, and H2K or Splyce running the gauntlet, I don't think that's a thing you guys are particularly looking forward to.
I mean,
Not
it's
me,
gonna-
at least.
I mean, it's gonna happen. So both me and Reckless have to face them, and I guess the better team will win.
I guess we're well prepared now, though. We're talking about them all day. So
Yeah,
if it were to happen, then yeah.
Yeah, did some slick analysis here.
Yeah, definitely so. We'll see what happens. Thank you guys very much for joining us as
Thank you.
well and
Thank you.
spending the day here. We are going to hand it across the Atlantic to the NALCS semi-final between Immortals and Cloud9. But make sure you join us back tomorrow at 5 p.m. Central European Summertime for our second semi-final between G2 and the Unicorns of Love. Good night.